to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
Come here. Come here. Like,
man, here they go again. These brothers doing this damn thing on this Big BoneYard. Hey, man, happy Sunday, everybody. And thank y'all very much for coming back again. I see all y'all out there right now. Hey, but thank you very much for coming back to the Big BoneYard. You got myself, Big Bone 1%er. You got Archbishop 1%er, and the man from right now from Minot, North Dakota, doggone Pop, president of Ice Cold Riders in the motherfucking house. Man, thank you for being here, fellas.
What up, though?
Wait a minute. What did you say, Archbishop? What was you just saying?
What up, though?
He said that shit. I'm telling you, one of these days, I'm going to have my shit down so fucking cold. I'm going to go to Ohio and be in the barbershop and be like, what up, though? And they're going to think that I'm like from around the corner or some shit. And they're going to be like, we hadn't met you yet. I'm going to have it that good. See, he hit us with some of that. That's some of that Ohio Midwestern kind of a thing, but you got to say it right. Pac, you don't know about that. You from LA. You don't know about that.
No, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
And right now, you say they're going to look at you like, man, you ain't from here, bud.
I heard that.
Yo, man. Hey, thanks everybody for making it back here to the Big BoneYard. We're gonna definitely have a good time tonight. So while we're talking about a serious subject, we're also, this is that biker shit that we do. It's a biker life. So we always, in the worst of times, we still gonna have the best of times. But so to cover a few different things, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I don't just mean the damn submarine. But, don't get me started on that submarine, because that's a whole other thing.
You know what, though? That was crazy. But I got a question.
Yeah.
Now you had these people that spent over $200,000 a piece to get on this 20-foot tin can.
Yeah.
And the dude using a PlayStation 4 remote is what it looked like to guide you down to see the Titanic. That is 2,000 meters down. Okay. Now, people need to realize that meters is bigger than feet, right? So that's
right.
Meters, okay? A Ohio class nuclear sub cannot go down that far. So what the hell made you think that this 20-foot can was gonna make it there?
You have to understand, Archbishop, you have to understand these were billionaires, and billionaires can do whatever they feel like they damn well please on plane. And I feel sorry for the 19-year-old kid that didn't want to go, and his dumbass daddy made him go and paid $250,000 to make him go. Him I feel sorry for, but the rest of them fools.
Hey, can I say this? Let me say this. This is the fucked uppest thing in the world. The same day that they couldn't find it, I think it was 400 immigrants was trying to get over from Greece or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They ship capsized and died.
Wow.
We spent all that money to look for these motherfuckers that paid $250,000 to go down there, but didn't barely get a news bleep about all of those immigrants that flipped that boat and died. That just tells you what type of world we live in.
You mean the poor people? The poor people,
the haves and the have-nots. That just tell you. I mean, I feel bad for the people that spent $250 to go and die. I mean, any death is bad, right? But you had 300 people trying to get away from oppression and all kind of like crazy shit to go to a country that's free. They boat capsized, and it's barely a news blip.
Yep. No, fact. That's why I was, I made a post about that on Facebook, and some folks got any feelings about it. But what I said was like this: those folks, because I looked into it to see what I could find out about those people, and the way I could tell, these were a bunch of millionaires, multimillionaires, and billionaires who were trying to get some excitement. And I feel like just being poor. Try being poor in America. That's enough excitement. Trying to get to your car or get to your job or walk home from school or work or something like that. That's enough excitement right there, because you could die doing any of those things. So these folks, they got it going so good. They got to go out and buy some excitement. And by the way, these are the same folks who didn't give a damn about these poor folks. $250,000. Do you know what that would, how many people that would feed? You know how many houses, how much housing you could provide for $250,000 for somebody who don't have nothing, and you had it to throw away to go see the damn Titanic? And here's the funny thing. Everybody knows already how the Titanic ended. You know, you didn't have to go down there to see it to know how it ended. You know, I'm just saying it was going. We already know how it ended. So,
exactly.
He just added to them old shoes that was laying down at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, dude. My boy said he reminded me. A certain dude from a certain 1%er club says, "Man," and I've heard this expression before. He said, "Hey, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It don't matter how much you paid to play."
Exactly.
You know, so it seems like that's one of them things. So so there was definitely that, and so it's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. I mean, on the motorcycle set, it's that time of year, so everybody's riding, everybody's out here doing stuff. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff going on too. And there's some other channels that really cover in greater detail some of that stuff that, you know, we ain't trying to put everybody's business out there, but it's a lot of stuff going on. I know. So matter of fact, so before we delve into stuff too greatly, so let me go ahead and share this with y'all. We have a tendency to do this every week. We have what we call a disclaimer. And basically, that's where we're saying we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Y'all already know. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. We're going to keep it 100 all the time. But everything that we're talking about, this is the opinion of myself, Archbishop, Dagon Pac. We're going to say what the hell we feel. This is not the opinions of our individual clubs or organizations or any of that. We're speaking for ourselves as grown-ass men. We're talking for us, not nobody else, not representing our clubs. But having said that, we definitely gonna keep it 100. But we wanted to get that little bit of housekeeping out of the way. But yeah, tonight though, and by the way, hey, we see all kinds of folks have actually jumped in here and joining us right now. We see Frost is always with us, moderator extraordinaire Mike Ball. We see you there, brother. And somebody hit us up on Facebook saying, "Hey, Boneheads," I don't know who it is, but if you go into your settings and you give StreamYard permission to share your info, then we'll be able to see who you are. But if you're on Facebook and we can't see who you are, just write your name behind it or something so we know who you are. We see Diosa. Somebody said my prayers. I think they're talking to me, or they might be talking to you, Pac, or actually they might be talking to any one of the three of us. We don't know who that is. Somebody on Facebook said my prayers. They're throwing some love. It's a blue heart, so I think that's probably you, Pac. We see another Facebook user, Chai. I think is that Shy? I think that's what's up, Fee? I see somebody named Shy, Dagon, Miss Richardson. Oh, that's Q Sarcastic checking in. What's up, girl? Dagon, yeah, everybody up in here. So Bourbon and Bad Choices said one of the guys had a space tourist on his graphic. When they showed all who all died, that man had no cares. He was a space tourist, I guess. Anyway, but having said that, so tonight what we're going to talk about, hold on, let me see. Joshua mentioned, what did Joshua say? Joshua said, what's funny too is at the same time the bill passed that clone. Oh yeah, hey, Archbishop was talking about this earlier. He said at the same time the bill passed about the clone meat got approved, and also Simpsons predicted this, or should I say maybe made it happen. Hint, hint. Much love, honor, and respect to all of you 1%ers. All right, that's what's up. And Joshua, it's crazy. Archbishop, was you or was you not talking about that an hour ago?
Yeah, I was just, it was less than an hour ago we was talking about that.
Yeah, less than an hour ago.
That they did that.
So catch us up to speed for folks that don't know about that.
But from what I gathered, it was two California-based companies, Upside Foods and Good Meat. They the USDA passed had a bill to go through. They passed that these two companies can start basically making lab clone meat. You know what I mean? So meat that they done made up in a lab, and it's going to be sold in regular grocery stores. And it showed on there where KFC had partnered with 3D bioprinting solutions to create a chicken nugget that mimics the original chicken nugget, but costs less, of course. Yeah, so they're gonna be. So you don't know what's getting ready to go on, you know. And then they said that Tyson Foods is also fine with that. You know, Tyson Foods is one of the biggest chicken producers in the country.
Yeah.
You know? So I guess they're gonna try to move over to start selling this lab grown meat.
You know, and it's crazy because I have family members who have worked for Tyson in North Carolina. They but that's with actual chickens, you know. So I don't know who's gonna be working. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around how they're gonna be making chickens without chicken. You know, I can't call it, fellas. But
you know that's gonna be a whole mess. It's gonna be like some old, I don't know, some old gooey shit.
It's gonna be people growing beaks and whatnot. You know,
right.
All of a sudden, you know, you're gonna have like toddlers out there pecking in the yard. It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be real weird.
Feathers out your eyes and shit, and you're gonna be walking around just sporadically, just ducking your fucking head around.
Hey, Stan Sean Russell said, "I want one of those shirts." Well, Stan Sean Russell, look, you can go to Rider Republic. Is it .com?
Rider Republic, riderrep.com.
Riderrep.com. So the shirt that me and Pac are wearing, you can go to riderrep.com to get this shirt. And the shirt that Archbishop is wearing, that might be a one of a kind. So you got to tell us, AB, are we gonna make that available or what?
Yeah, this one here, one of our boneheads sent it to me by the name of Irish from Infamous Riders.
Oh yeah, right on.
It's a company called Psychopath, CYCLEPATH, Psychopath. And this one it says the diamond, not a gang, and then on the back, let me see if I can turn around. See it.
Yeah.
Back.
Okay.
But it's a real good quality shirt, thick.
Right on. So, you know, I'll tell you, so my what you call it, whilst I dig that shirt all over the place, can he make a version with like a square or like a circle as well? I'm just saying.
I don't know. He didn't personally make this.
Okay.
He has sent me a picture with the shirt on. And where'd you get that? And he was like, one of my buddies got this company, he makes his shirt. And he was like, I'll send you. So he shipped me one here in the mail. I just got it a couple of days ago. And I told him that I would wear it, and that way everybody could see it. And if you want one of them, whatever, we'll put the link out to where you can get your hands on one or whatever. This ain't, you know, of course, this has got a diamond on it, so this ain't for everybody.
Right. Yeah. But it is hot to damn death. But if you go to riderrep.com, we know you can get some of these. There's this version, there's a square version of it. Hold on. Here I go with trying to turn around to the back. Y'all got us doing exercise tonight. Can you see the back of that? I can't tell, but can y'all see the back of that?
No.
No. Wait, is there anything on the back of this one? Okay. Well, this is the wrong one. All right, I got one. All right, I'm wearing the wrong shirt. But anyway, it's a whole other one with a whole Big BoneYard joint on the back. But anyway, so we got those. Also, you know what? And we're gonna get to tonight's subject. I swear to God, we're gonna do it. But
the motorcycle clubs aren't gangs.
Let's talk about it.
I forgot to pull it out to where I could show them. But yeah, we do have those t-shirts, and we got the tumblers for them too.
Oh, right on.
So
all right.
This one here is actually personalized.
Ooh.
And
sucking now.
Back part of it glows in the dark.
Oh, damn. All right. Okay. So what's going to happen? We are going to, I swear, we got all kinds of really cool stuff that's coming out. So what we're going to do is we're going to make all of this stuff available for everybody here very shortly, because we've got a lot of really cool merchandise that's coming out. And you've seen a bit of it here, a bit of it there, but we're going to put that out. We're going to make it available. We're going to let y'all know how to get your hands on all of this different stuff. One of the things, kind of like, I guess, a proper segue is there's a watch party coming up. And y'all might ask, what the hell is a watch party? Well, I'll tell you what, Miss Lenora Sanders, I saw you out there watching night in Miami, saw you watching night. They came up with a fantastic idea, because what they do on a regular basis, there's a good number of folks. The boneheads are watching the show. And I guess a trend that started is folks are having little watch parties. That's where they're getting together, like 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, or as many as 20 folks get together. They're watching the show, they're having a party, they're eating, they're drinking. I don't know what else they're doing. I know they're eating and drinking, but they're watching the show while they're doing it. And so what they decided to do was, hey, let's have a party. We're gonna wear the same exact shirt. So they actually have a shirt. Miami and Miss Lenora Sanders got together and got this shirt, which it's actually a what do you call it? It's a pic that we use for a flyer for the Proc in January. It's a real cool picture, and that picture is on the front of the shirt. So all of them are gonna have this shirt, and they're doing a watch party. So the idea was, hey, let's do that. Now, Miss Sanders is in one state, Miami's in another state. They're like, hey, let's do that, and we'll do like a Zoom thing. Long story short, we're thinking, hey, you know what? That would be cool. So they're going to put together a watch party. We're going to have them on the show at the different locations while they're doing their watch parties. So we decided, let's make this a real, actual, full-blown fucking thing. AB, tell us the rules for the watch party and what we're going to do for the folks.
Well, basically what we're doing is that we're going to have it to where the watch party going to be something like you got to have at least, was it 5 people? At least 5?
Yeah, at least 5 people.
And like, of course, they're going to have matching shirts on or whatever doing the watch party. But what we're going to do is that we're going to try to have them in different states.
Right.
So the people that's interested in doing that, hit us on the group chat or send us an IM or whatever. Let us know that you want to do it. But what we'll do is we'll send you a link when we do the live show, and then we're going to bounce back and forth in those links. So wherever you have your watch party at, and we're going to bounce on it. So everybody going to see what y'all doing. We'll ask you some questions. You can ask questions, whatever, but we're going to bounce around and we're going to see how many states we're going to be able to cover. And we're going to do it basically every show. We're going to have a little set time and we're going to bounce in and check and see how our boneheads is doing in different states. So you may
and different countries, because we know Ireland and Australia and Canada are watching us real heavy. So shout out to all y'all down under, y'all up north in the frozen north in Canuck land with the maple syrup, and all y'all leprechaun folks out there in Ireland. I don't know. Did I just disrespect people? I don't know. But but even if you're over there, same difference. And one thing I want to throw out too. If you have a certain favorite show that you like, let us know about that before we do the watch party. So maybe we can have some clips we can pull up of whatever your favorite show was, or if there's a certain subject that you like that we covered and you like, let us know. We'll see if we can get a clip. Or if it's something you want us to cover, be prepared to let us know about that. Let us know about it as soon as you holler at us so we can, go ahead and get that in the works. But as you were saying, AB, I'm sorry.
I think that's going to be cool once we get it started. Like
Oh yeah.
Bouncing around. So the same people ain't going to be on there each time. So we're trying to get it to where we have different states pop in at different times. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think we can do like 9 at a time.
Yeah, we can go with 9 different states or 9 different countries, 9 different locations at the same time.
So we're going to bounce in. We're going to bounce between those. How many we got, and then the next week we'll do the same thing. So even if you don't do it this week, we can still bounce around and get it.
Hey, yeah, but yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun though, because and for me, we go to a lot of places. I know me and Archbishop both, we get around a lot. Like Arizona was last week. I think I talked about it last week, but Arizona was last week. A couple of weeks before that was where the hell was it? Where the fuck was it? Oh, we was in Kansas City, right? Kansas City before that, and then we was in Atlanta and Miami and da. So every time we go to some of these places, we meet folks that we've never met before that watch the show every week, and we're like, man, that's very cool. So I know we both enjoy meeting the folks who are watching the show and hearing what y'all got to say and giving us tips and ideas and even critiques. One dude was so mad at me at a restaurant in damn where the hell was that? And where was that? No, in Arizona, dude was so mad that he was passionate. He liked the show. I thought he wanted to fight. No, he just wanted to get some shit off his chest because he thought we were supposed to say a certain thing that we didn't get a chance to address his subject. But dude watches every week. So I can't be mad at that. But in the meantime, so let's talk about what we're talking about tonight. So tonight is actually a pretty interesting subject, and it's near and dear to our hearts, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But so tonight we're talking about enough is enough. When an MC president says, "Man, it's time to go. It's time to go." And for those of y'all that's been around for a minute, y'all have experienced that before. And so here's what we wrote in the description. And it goes, a good leader is the difference between a club, a good, the dogs are excited, but no, a good leader is the difference between a club being around for a few weeks versus being around for a few years. A great leader can have your club around for decades and your club becomes a part of American history. So if you think about presidents like Sonny Day or Taco Bowman, Sonny Barger, friggin' Grub, and many others, these guys, they raised their club to achieve greatness. But what happens when they leave? You know, so what happens when they leave? So when the club president dies or he retires or he goes on vacation, you know, or gets removed, what do you do then? So what happens to the club? What's their next move? You know, did they want it to happen? Are they fighting it from happening? You know, what's their next move? So we're going to talk about this very serious subject tonight on the Big BoneYard. And by doing so, I want to introduce again, for those of y'all who've been around for a while, of course, y'all have seen Pac before. Pac is the president and one of the founders for his area of Ice Cold Riders. He's currently in Minot, North Dakota, and he is one of the coldest motherfuckers that I know. One of the realest motherfuckers on the set. Man, fuck you. I'm gonna say what I want to say. You ain't gonna talk. Look, you my boy, so I'm not kissing your ass. I'm just keeping 100. He's one of the coldest, realest motherfuckers that I know. And here's the messed up thing. He's humble as hell, but he handles that business. He handles his business, but he's very humble. And look, I got big love for him, and I know most of us that wear that jewelry, we do too. And but in the meantime, for those of y'all that don't know him, I'd like to introduce to you the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Pac.
Oh shit!
That's my dude.
You make me sound like a goddamn hitman or something. That's bad.
No, I don't know about all that. I'm just saying, like, dude, you've been doing your thing for a minute. I was in Arizona at the damn Incom last week. I didn't see not Ice Cold Rider in the damn building or at the damn convention, but yet every single person I talked to that's anywhere near the state of North Dakota, they knew who you was. Some of them cats knew me because of you. I was like, damn, right. Now ain't that some shit? You know, man, I'm like, okay.
That's cool, man. That's just how you conduct yourself. And the biggest thing, whether you're 1%er or a man or any type of person, is that you keep your word. And no matter what club you in, no matter what you wearing or what you representing, as long as you have integrity and you keep your word, then people respect that.
And I think that's the thing, you know, a lot of folks, when they think about bikers, they don't really necessarily appreciate the fact that we really embrace and follow a code. We have a way of thinking and a way, you know, we have a code of conduct, like real bikers that's really like true to this. That's how we get down. And you've done that for a lot of years. And I know from you taking care of the community, the things that y'all have done for kids in your area is freaking unbelievable. For those of y'all who's been watching this show for a minute, y'all done heard me. I brought it up a time or two before, but I know in the school district where you are in Minot, they were going through some financial hardships, and they have a program where the kids can come and have breakfast and they can have lunch, provided there's money to pay for the kids to have breakfast and kids to have lunch. Well, the school district did not have the money. So Pac and his club said, hey, let's take care of that. And they reached in their own pockets and they started raising money and doing events and all this other kind of stuff. They reached out to the big car dealerships and all these different organizations, said, we got this much money, match it. And they did. And long story short, they made enough money to feed every single child in their school district and then some. Don't get me started on the back to school bags and the sneakers and the this and that and the Christmas time and the Halloween time and all of this stuff they've done for all of these folks in the community. So there's kids in the community that see these bikers and look at them like those are heroes. They don't look at them like these are gangsters and killers and this, that, and the other thing. And all that bad stuff that folks be saying about us. They have destroyed those myths about bikers in his area because of your leadership. And it's because of your leadership, and it's which is why we're having this this conversation tonight, because word on the street is you might be saying you getting ready to pack it up.
Man, I've been doing this since 2010, and it's like we talked, and you got to figure out, like we watch the History Channel, right? They got emperors that come in and they build a dynasty. The next emperor come in and he's the war emperor. He gets more area. And the next emperor come and he's about teaching and building fucking monuments. It's like in my little reign, I've been able to accomplish a lot of those things, right? And it ain't that I don't have love for my club. It's like I'm not going to forget my bros. We're not going to talk. But now to me, it's time for me to change focus, right? And hope that the things that I've instilled in the guys that are here continue. And by doing that, we're going to be here forever. Because it's like, I remember a dude told me a long time ago, one thing you could depend on about my club is that we like death and taxes and we ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So if I was a good enough leader to instill those things to the guys that we have here, sky's the limit and they're going to be here forever. But you just got to know when it's your time, when you feel that it's your time. Because after a while, you know what I mean, the coach could be telling Stephen Curry how to shoot that three for 13 years. But the 14th year, it might get a little stale. You know what I mean? So instead of getting assassinated walking into the goddamn Coliseum, I would rather leave at the top of my game and say, here you go. You feel me?
You're definitely leaving at the top of your game, but I think the one question that a lot of people are really wondering about is, why did you say Steph Curry instead of Michael Jordan? I mean, because that's the thing.
Because Michael Jordan could lose 100 pounds right now and come back and ball on all these fools. He didn't need no coach. He needed somebody else to coach the other 4 dudes on the court. You know what I mean?
I had to look. Me in 23, it's got I got a whole thing in my head, so I couldn't help it. But no, man, and I think the interesting thing was, and me and Archbishop was talking about this earlier, is that so in the case if we're talking about a Pac, and I know for a fact that, all right, fuck it, let me just keep it 100. We know for a fact that a lot of your brothers, not just in your chapter, neither, are salty as all hell that you getting ready to step away. Not like you're not allowed to have your own. I mean, you're allowed to have your own life and everything else, right? Because you did your damn thing. But that don't mean that folks ain't salty as all hell, because they're like, what the hell are we supposed to do now? So folks is feeling a certain kind of way because of what you did. However, flip side of the coin, what if you got a garbage ass president? What's about that? Like if your president is garbage,
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
A garbage ass president ain't gonna want to go. He gonna want to hang on, because he gonna that's what's gonna make him feel like he's somebody. You feel me? I'm the same motherfucker with that cut on than without it. And I get a little hoodish when I get to talk about that, because I know a couple people like that right now. You know what I mean? It's like them is the type of people that use the status of that vest and that camaraderie of that brotherhood to elevate themselves to be what they not. And everybody can't be the apex predator. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We got guppies in the water. We got minnows. We got all kind of shit. But them is the people that'll never let it go until they get a coup, because they don't know how to be who they are, who God made them to be. And I'm comfortable with me. You feel me? I'm comfortable with me. I'm the same. I tell my dudes all the time, that vest don't make me. I make that vest, because without it, I'm still the same dude. But you put my vest on somebody else, he might not be me. He can't be me, because I'm unique unto myself. You feel me?
Right on.
Hey, and you can thank Evan Hunt, my VP, for the longest, who got me with the proper etiquette like this. But every now and then, a motherfucker or two come out. You know,
Hey.
Kevin Hunt is the best English speaking motherfucker I know.
Yeah, he is. And I tell you what, he's pretty good at speaking English, but I ain't talked to him not 10 times since his ass is, because he's relocated. He's in Florida now, not that far from us. He's in a area. I don't want to put all his business. He's in the Tampa Bay area. I don't want to put the red dot on him, but he's in the Tampa Bay area.
But it's street out. Tell him to go protest that nigga from moving.
Hell yeah. And look, and if he don't come to the damn birthday party, we're gonna have some what's that saying Eddie Murphy say? There's gonna be some consequences and repercussions.
Exactly.
Yeah. But no, he's down here now, and which is great, which is definitely great. I feel like him being here is definitely gonna be a benefit for our area as well. But so that leads me to the next thing I'm wondering about is, so if you're in fact stepping away, how do you feel about the guys you have, the guys that are still going to be here or be in your chapter? How are they going to do? Like, are you leaving this club in good hands?
Man, my VP now, Shaggy, all my bros, I think that they got the blueprint, right? They watched me. They watched the ones that just came aboard. They've been seeing how it go, but the ones that's been here with me from the longest, they got the playbook. All they got to do is follow the plays, but not just follow the plays. They got to add to the plays. Instead of getting a layup, get a 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trapping at the half court line, stop the inbound pass. So I feel that they have everything they need to be successful. You know what I mean? Only thing they have to do is stay the course, don't get big-headed, and just be the same person you are when you don't got it on, when you got it on.
Right on. So for those of y'all watching, if y'all have any questions or any well wishes for Pac, don't be shy. Y'all give us a call. The phone number is 310-870-8994. We always want to hear from you. So give us a holler if anything. But so you've been in your chapter, what, I want to say 11 years, no?
2010, we started here.
So 13. That's 13.
Yep.
Damn. All right. So yeah, you put some time in. Shit.
Man, really? I done it. I done rode 750 Gixxer, Hayabusa to a Harley. You know what I mean? Done rode in storms.
Yeah, I rode your Harley. Last time I was up there.
I can't give you that. I got a brand new one. Just because I ain't gonna be the P, I'm still gonna ride that bike. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, we like to get around. So I'm still gonna be on tools doing my thing. But like I said, it just come a time where you divide it. It's like you have to. My passion is my club and my bros because I love them. But yet and still, I want to live my life a little bit. I went to Jamaica with my wife, lost my mind, went to New York. And it's like, I'm from Los Angeles, California. You know, I beat the statistics. I'm about to be 52 come July. I'm supposed to have been dead or in jail by 21. And there's so many things I want to see. So I can't serve two masters, right? You cannot. As hard as you want to, you can't. So I chose right now, you know what? Now is the time for me to go see what I want to see. I'm supposed to go to Rome. I'm supposed to go to all kind of crazy shit that I just ever seen on TV. So I feel like I put my club in a position and on a path to be here forever. So now I'm finna go enjoy myself with my family forever. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I did a thing once upon a time where I left the set for about this is a number of years ago. I stepped away for about two and a half years, I guess. And I came back and it seemed like everything was so different and this, that, another thing. And I had the idea, man, maybe I should start a new club like I did way back when, but everything was so different. So I went in a different direction. And a whole lot of folks was like, hey, start a new club, or a new chapter of the old club, da-da-da-da-da. And like, do it again. Do you think that might be something that's happening for you? Like, are you going to be like, damn, I miss it. It's been 6 months and I can't stand it. I got to do it again. So like, what do you think is for Pac? What's the future for Pac? Or do you know?
I mean, when you commit to something, you can't be nothing else. I committed to this. Um, I committed to Ice Cold Riders MC. My bros is here. My club is not defunct, so there's no reason for me to go be anything else. I couldn't see myself being anything else. There's a couple clubs that if things would have been different, I done told you which two they was.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I would have been involved in, and I probably would be, I hate
I
to be
understand.
cocky, but I'd probably be the man right now doing the coup because things got to change around this bitch.
Right.
but
Right.
but I mean,
You look good in black. I just say it like that.
hey, my heart and everything is with my club because I mean, I don't know how everybody else club is, but when I use myself, I mean, I went through some shit and my bros was here for me. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I can't see nothing else on my back but what I got, which is my fam, whether I'm with them or not. So once I say I'm done, I mean, I got the tattoos all over me. Ice cold this, ice cold that.
Yeah,
So that's where my heart is always going to be.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, what he said is absolutely true. You know what I mean? But think about this though. Now, like you said, Bone, that you were around and you took a couple years off. Now he's to the point that he's gonna take his little time off.
Yeah.
There was now for me personally, I've been out here for 23 years.
Yeah.
Consistent. And for you ones don't know what consistent is, that means day for day after motherfucking day.
Yep.
Now, there was a many times that I was like, you know what, man, I need to just put this down for a minute and do what I need to do over here. Because I knew, just like he said, you can't serve two masters. You gotta be able, you know what I mean, you gotta do one or the other. You can't be 50-50 over here, 50-50 over here. You know what I mean? That was like what I was doing, you know, like I've been a Mason for 23 years. No, actually 28 years.
Right on.
So dealing with that side and then dealing with this side, which is two totally different things. It's like I said, you're serving two different masters. So one thing I had to put to the wayside over here to be able to do this shit over here, because you don't have time to do it all. And then you throw your family in, you throw your kids in and all that. You know what I mean? So you lose a lot along the way. You know what I mean? There's times that I didn't get to see my son play ball. You know what I mean? There was times that I had to take off work and lose money because I had other things that I had to do that I felt was important. But it was important. Other people wouldn't think it was important, but it was important to me because this was my passion. You know what I mean? And for sitting all these years as a president in these clubs, what came about is that like when you first come into it, you know, you don't know shit. You're just trying to figure it out along the way. You know what I mean? And you looking for the older members and stuff like that to give you a little bit of knowledge or whatever to get you over the hump, you know. And then as you start going and you start learning and you start going and then you pick your VP. And your VP, what most people don't understand is do not pick your friend to be your VP. You pick the opposite of you.
Pretty
and
much.
the reason why is because you need somebody that's going to give you that objective criticism, that's going to be able to tell you when you're wrong or you fucking up or you need to do it this way, or somebody that has a different mind frame than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once you two bond and get together and y'all start going, like I remember one time I was the VP and another guy was the president, and I told him, I said, listen, we may argue for 30 days about different things that's going on. But on that 31st day, when we walk inside of here and we do this meeting, then we're going to be one. Nobody never know that me and you had an argument. Nobody never know that we going back and forth. Them, we're going to be just as unified when we walk in this door as we do when we walk out this door. And so when I came in to become, quote, unquote, the boss, then I had to pick somebody that I knew that, okay, I don't want him to be like me. I want him to be better than me. So I'm going to teach him everything I know. And then I'm going to challenge him to do more than me. So that way, if I ever decide that, you know what, it's time for me to step back, it's time for me to go live my life and go do some things that I want to do, then I know that that I can leave this in good hands, and he's gonna do the same thing that I'm gonna do, if not better than me.
Right.
You know, so I can sit back and be a lifer and say, you know what, I taught him. You know what I mean? I taught him. He know. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So at that point, I can live vicariously through him.
Yeah.
Him living vicariously through me for all these years.
That's a big thing, because I think what happens is a lot of guys miss the point that the way I was told years ago was, man, leave this thing better than you found it. Leave this thing better than you found it. And if you actually legit care about this organization, about these brothers, if you care about this club, then that's going to be your motivation. Unlike what Pac just said a little earlier, that garbage ass president who he don't care. He just needs to make sure that he's got the thing. He don't care really what's going on with it. He just needs to make sure that he's the president of it, no matter what it is. So, oh, by the way, I got to make one clarification. Them 2.5 years where I had to sit my ass down for a minute, that was what they refer to as a state-sponsored vacation. I didn't like leave because I wanted to. I left because, you know, there was a certain judge that felt like that was in my best interest to sit my ass down for a minute, if you know what I mean. But but I say all of that to say that but I feel y'all, man. I absolutely do. So Pac, let me ask you this. So you got and you do feel like you gave, like you said, you gave him the blueprint. What if a year from now you get a phone call and they're like, yo, Pac, we got this thing, that thing, the other thing, and shit's all fucked up. And I'm not saying that it is, because I know a lot of your brothers, and I have the utmost faith in them. You know, I really do. But let's just say for those folks that's watching who are going through a thing or might go through a thing later, what if they call you and be like, man, we got problems with this thing, that thing, the other thing, another thing, another thing? Are you going to say, man, why are you talking club business with me? Or are you going to be like, damn, here's my 2 cents on it? Like, how's that going to work?
Well, I'm always going to be the person to try to listen and help. You know what I mean? I can't solve everything, right? But I can offer advice, and I can help try to point a person and steer it in the right direction if it was needed. But how you said, I can't be involved in everything, because if that's the case, I'm just the president in absentia, right? I learned that word from jail, absentia.
Right.
When you went to the hole and you wasn't there for the hearing, they said you was there in absentia.
Yeah,
anyway,
I remember that. I know that.
So my thing is, I'm always gonna be available, right? And I know these dudes pretty much. They're not gonna call me for no bullshit, no humdrum shit. And when they do call, I'm gonna always answer the phone, and I'm gonna always give positive feedback, and I'm gonna always say, hey, you got 1 or 2 choices, and usually the first thing you think is right. How you talk to your VP, how you talk to your president, how you talk to your board. You know, you need to give. You think it should go this way. That's the major thing people don't understand about being a president. You're not the end all be alls. Sometimes president can't even vote. What you are is a politician. You get out in a meeting and you sway people with your argument, and you hope somebody counters it so you can debate some more. And when they say, what's the vote? You feel me? So it's like I'm always gonna be available for my bros. But I think they done saw me be the politician. They done saw me be the bro, the big bro. They done saw me be on the mission. So they done seen every aspect of what it is to take to continue to fucking be in this club and keep this club on an upward trajectory, right? So I'm never gonna not answer the phone if it's a question that I can help with. You know what I mean? Because I help build it. That's like saying you know the blueprint to a big ass skyscraper that's the best in the city, and they have a leak, and you're not gonna tell them, oh, how to patch it if you go down that subfloor. Hell no, I'm always gonna keep this right. You know what I mean?
Right on. Your name is on it. Your name is on it.
Man. But I don't think I'm gonna have that issue. I think I got some pretty good dudes, and I know I got some pretty good dudes, and I know that their vision is my level and more. You know what I mean? With the things that they're trying to do. And it's like they already bought into the brotherhood of the club. They done bought into it's hard to get some of these motherfuckers on the bike sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and it's so different between you guys, because when you guys, I tell my guys all the time, you are fortunate that you're not with the ones, because when they got a ride to go, they got to go. They got to take off work. They got to find a babysitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my guys, they don't understand that, and I done tried to teach them that, and I think I did a good enough job, because I did a lot of not talking about it, but being about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's something that does not come up a lot, but you know, and hopefully this ain't gonna be the last time we have you on the show. But for right now, considering how things are going, what, if anything, is your wife feeling about all of this? Because I know she was as much a part of the club as you were, because you were who you are.
She love it. I mean, she love any decision that's gonna make me happy. Put it that way.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
my happiness is paramount to my wife. You know what I'm saying? My happiness and my mental well-being, my physical well-being, anything that I'm gonna do is supported.
Right on. The shit. Hey, look, and I think just on the set, a lot of folks miss that. But it don't matter whether you're 99 side, OMC, wearing a diamond. If you have a significant other, it, to say the least, it absolutely helps if their motivation is in the right place, you know, because that can keep you going on those when the phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning and you got some shit that you got to address or any of that. That makes a big difference. That's a huge difference. So you're blessed to have that. So all of the, man, dude, I feel like all of the right elements are in place. But let's go back to that garbage ass president for a second. What about those times when, and this is a different one, what about those times when you got a president that's, let's say he's that garbage ass president, and for whatever reason, he found his way out the door, or the club found his way, they showed him the way to the door, whatever. What, if anything, happens then? Because I think what happens a lot of times, folks are like, man, this dude is fucking up this club and da-da-da-da-da. They get rid of him, and then they're like, uh-oh, now we got to do it.
But you got to think about this. First
Yeah.
thing, a house divided will never stand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you dealing with a garbage ass president, you know, you're gonna have two different sides. You're gonna have one side that's gonna believe the bullshit that this garbage ass president is putting out, and that actually got some common sense to say, you know, his ass is garbage. You know what I mean? Now, whether he leaves or you boot him out or whatever the hell goes on, now you know whoever it is that goes into play at that point, now you in Reconstruction mode. So you have to, so now you got to sit there, you and your VP, your Sergeant Arms, y'all got to come together and be like, okay, this is what we got to do. You know what I mean? We have a noticeable division in this chapter. We got some that was for this. We got a lot of them that was against it, but we got to get everything back together and back on the same page. So you're gonna sit there and you're gonna rack your brain and you're gonna come up with solutions to not only, you know, bring back the brother unity back into the chapter, but as a whole to be able to work together again. And that's your primary focus, is to be able to have everybody boots on the ground and everybody doing the same thing and working for the same goal.
But how do you do it? How do you do it?
Well, for one, you got to have a come to Jesus meeting, first thing. And what I'm come to Jesus meeting is when you're going to have a meeting where everybody is in the same place, and you're going to have to, any differences that you have, right, different, you're going to have to come out with, you're going to have to man the fuck up, and you're going to have to hear what it is that you got an issue with. You know what I mean? But the thing is, though, it should all be done, like you say, you want it done out of respect. But, you know, sometimes somebody get a little disrespectful, you know what I mean? So you got to remember, anything that you say that's disrespectful can come back to you a little bit rougher than the shit that you put out. So mind your words, motherfucker. You know?
Right.
You know, happened, though, because at that point, you come clear. Like, everybody's clear. You know what I mean? You done cleared the air. So when you walk out that building, everybody's on the same accord. You know what I mean? At that point, everybody's cool. Like, you know, any indifferences, right, wrong, indifferent. It may be something somebody lied to this bro about. It may be something that, you know what I mean, he didn't know anything about or whatever. But you done cleared the air. Once you do that, then you start like, okay, what is it that was going on then that we're gonna keep from going on now? You know what I mean? And you start working towards that goal. Next thing is that, okay, you got to figure out how you're going to be able to make your chapter where it's self-sufficient, where you're able to do, different stuff outside, to be able to bring in, stuff like that, that you've been able to take care of your house. And hell, you may have a bro that need a helping hand. Hell, you got to put shit in play to cover everything that's going on. You got to start from the basics. Once you done got this person out of there, then you got to start from the basics and build everybody back up. It's just like he was in boot camp. What did they do? They took everybody from every different walks of life and they broke them the same way. Broke everybody. Got to the point. Then they built you back up the same way. You know what I mean? You got to do the same thing when it comes to, once you got somebody out of these spots, you never should have been there in the first place. And then now you trying to rebuild this chapter. You're trying to resurrect this chapter to be what you know that they can be. You know what I mean? And a lot of these chapters slip by the wayside because it's not because of the bros that's in the chapter. It's your leadership that you have in these chapters that's not doing what's right by you. They're doing it for them. Just like how Pac was saying earlier, you got some that, outside of these bags, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't even know you outside these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You're a whack ass motherfucker dudes. I mean, you're a whack ass motherfucker in here, but you're a boss, so motherfuckers gotta give you some kind of respect, but you're still a whack ass motherfucker anyway. You know what I mean?
Right on.
So, like, the shit don't change. You know what I mean? You can't shine up a fucking turd no matter how much you try to do it. You can't shine up a turd. Only thing you do.
Hey, I just say, look, I think Kenyatta just got a new clip where you just said, when you said you can't shine up no turd no matter how you try to do it. I bet you we're gonna see that on the clip. Hey, speaking of Kenyatta from the Big BoneYard Clips Unofficial, just said, and this is a great question. He says, I wonder if clubs have a position in each chapter whose sole job is mediating between members. And I want to say, yes, that's not his official job title, but there is somebody in pretty much every club whose job that is. And I'm going to pass this to Pac. Whose job is it to mediate between club members?
Well, I'm gonna say like this, man, and this is what I've been preaching forever. We bros. If you got a problem with your bro, pick up the phone and call your bro, because the first time you call somebody else to mediate, you know what's gonna happen? Your argument might be just enough persuasive that he comes over to your side. Now you got two disgruntled employees, right? So now when you got them two, that motherfucker that was supposed to be the mediator, he's out riding bike with Joe Schmo. He tells Joe Schmo what your problem was with the first dude. He sways over. Now you got a click. Now you got three dudes that's disgruntled when all that one dude had to do was pick up the phone and call his bro. Period. You know what I'm saying? Only time that I need a mediation, if me and my bro got something that we can't talk and we can't solve, and we got to go chunk them for a minute, okay, be a mediator to make sure it don't get out of hand. But other than that, I'm gonna pick up the phone, and whether you like it or love it, you got to respect what I'm telling to you, because if I'm coming at you not with feelings don't count. Facts. Motherfucker, you supposed to be at the clubhouse at 10 o'clock. You ain't been there for 3 weeks in a row. I'm calling you up to put you on notice. You need to be there because everybody else is sacrificing and you choose to show up when it's convenient, not when it's hard. That's not feelings. That's facts. You feel me? But the moment I tell somebody else, it becomes an issue. So I think a lot of things could be handled if people would be what they say, men, and pick up the phone and discuss whatever the problem you got with that certain individual.
Oh, there you go. Archbishop, whose job is it to mediate issues between bros?
Well, usually that goes to the sergeant at arms. Okay. If you, it's his job at first. I mean, once he gets to get the initial complaint, he's gonna have to go through and call both parties together. But like I said, just like Pac said, it shouldn't even have to go to that. You know what I mean? If you've been a grown ass man about the shit, you should go to bro straight up. Now, if it gets to the point that that you two talking is not gonna get nowhere, then yeah, then you take it to the sergeant on, and then he gonna pull you together, and he gonna try to figure it out, and then you gonna move on up the chain. It never should have to go to that. You know what I mean? Unless you done just did some truly diabolical shit to somebody. Never
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you? And what are the 2 diabolical things in this life that you do to somebody that caused you to get past that? Speak. Speak.
Fucking with my money and my woman. Anything after that?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Tried and true.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you would call the gospel. You fuck with my money, you fuck with my woman, we gonna have a problem.
Exactly.
Conversation might not fix that one.
I mean, see, because a lot of times, you know what I mean, when that part right there happened, they gonna run to the sergeant because they already know you coming out.
Yeah, that part.
So you ain't running, you trying to rectify the situation. You running, you know this motherfucker getting ready to come at you. That's what you gotta know the difference. You gotta know, okay, I'm going to him because I want us to work this out, as opposed to, you know what I mean, I'm running to him because I know that your ass talking about you gonna kill me for fucking with your shit. You know?
Right. Yo, and I will tell you this. There are, and this is just a me thing. If it's not, and I say my money, my woman, my club's money, I'll throw my club's money in there too. So when you're talking about those few things, most other shit, this is just a me thing, but I feel like most other shit can be worked out as long as, because some shit, because see, in most clubs, or I know in a lot of clubs, those are those 2 things that not only might you allegedly get your ass beat, but yeah, you might lose some rags, you're gonna get kicked out of your club, so if a suspension if you're lucky. But yeah, that's the kind of shit that can see you out of this shit forever. You know, you get known for being a thief or you know, coming to somebody's old lady's back door or any of that. I don't care. She could be the biggest whore in North America. You touch her, oh, you're done. You're done. I don't find out.
To be the biggest whore on the north side of Kansas. It's still mine.
That's that part. She can't give it away if it ain't hers to give away. Damn, I'm gonna hear about that one. That little statement I'm gonna hear about. You can't give it away if it don't belong to you.
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Oh man, I don't know. I just think that everybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My fault, Bob. Go ahead.
Nah, I just think that, I mean, being in charge of something, it take a unique perspective. You're not there to be everybody's friend, but you gotta love them, right? You're not there to be everybody's fix it man, but you gotta listen. But it's a hard job, because most of the time being in charge of a club is like being Dr. Phil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dealing with this bro's issue, dealing with that bro's issue. Then you try to get 10 people to buy into the same thing. You always got that one. You right? So now you got to try to get him to sway, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. But it's a trying thing. And I think that, like you said it best, nobody knows how to do this shit. When I started to do this shit, I didn't know nothing. I was on the phone every week, right? But what happened, I was humble enough to reach out and ask people, you know what I'm saying? And get a different perspective and learn. And as time came, I grew into what a president is supposed to be. You feel me? And I got to thank so many people, hardcore, from Almighty Black Dragon helped me out, Black Sabbath. Black Dragon helped me out. You picked up the phone and talked to me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? My boy Jig from the Goons picked up the phone and talked to me a couple times. And because I was humble enough to listen to what all these dudes different had to say, a different perspective, it made me into a better person. Because ain't nobody born to be a fucking president. They throw this shit on you. This shit is hard. You know what I mean? But you learn as you go that your job is to just steer the ship and you don't got to know everything, but put the right people around you that ain't going to agree with you, argue with me. Because if I'm wrong, I got to know I'm wrong. Because if not, I'm going to lead us down a rabbit hole we ain't going to never get out of. And I think that's one of the things that I did good My VP was totally different from me. My essays was all dicks, even to me. You know what I mean?
I've
We
heard you
didn't
say
have
that a lot over the years. I've heard you say that a lot over the years.
and that's what I wanted, because I don't want you to agree with me. Agreeing with me is gonna have 35 pox. You feel me? I need somebody to stand up and say, nah, that ain't the way to go, and give me a different way to look at it. And if you are a good leader, you're gonna take those different ways to look at it and say, you know what? I'm not the fucking best thing since fucking toast. Maybe your way is right. Let's try it. But that's a humble situation to do when a lot of cats can't do that.
Right. So let's take a minute and look a little bit different aspect of this. So the next guy coming in, you're leaving, whomever your president is, he's, for whatever reason, he's getting ready to step down. And if you're fortunate enough to know it ahead of time, you're prepared for it. What is the club, or what should the club be looking for in regard to a good, solid president? Because they've had it for a while, and some people don't even realize how good they had it while they had that good president. Things are going, you know, like clockwork. Things are moving like they're supposed to move, right? He's gone. You got to put somebody in that seat. Who are you looking for? What qualities should he have?
Look at how a person treat their kids. Look at how a person treat their woman. Look at how a person treat their finances. You feel me? And look at how a person carries themselves in a room. Is they the loudest motherfucker, or is they quiet and humble? Those are the qualities that you need to pay attention to, because you can't tell me you the boss of me and you spend your light bill money on the strip club. You can't tell me that you finna run 13 dudes and your kids got on the raggedest shoes ever and you got on Air Jordans. You can't tell me that you finna tell me what to do, and you ain't never put your hands up in your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't stand for nothing. So I think if you look at those things, because everybody could get on that bike and ride it like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Do a $150 down the highway, lean into the curb. But if you look for the things that really mean something, you'll be able to see what type of person that's gonna be, wants to be the next leader of your group.
Right. Now, you know, it's funny. One thing I think about, and I want to ask you about this in a second, Archbishop, but I know for me, and this is it's a double-edged sword, but what I've seen over the years, when I meet a dude who's like, I can't wait to be the president, and he's been in the club for 5 minutes. Dude, if he can't wait to be the president, or that's just really what he wants to do, and he's, you know, fighting and, you know, like pontificating and freaking pulling all of these strings and everything so that he can be the president, 9 times out of 10, he's the wrong one to be the president. Because if he wants it that bad, it's usually for different reasons. So that's been my experience. But going back to the original question, Archbishop, what should we be looking for? Like when it's time to get to say, hey, we got to get a president up in here. What are we supposed to be looking for?
Well, first thing is, I mean, now to me, I'm gonna look at a couple things. Number one, the history of that person. You know what I mean? What is it that he's brought to this chapter? You know what I mean? Now, is he one of, just like Pac said, is he one of them ones that's sitting here boasting off a bunch of shit? Or is he sitting here in these meetings putting out actual solutions to problems that's going on? Second thing is his track record. You know what I mean? If he's been here for a couple of years, okay, what does his track record show? You know what I mean? Does it show that he comes to these meetings faithfully? Does he participate in these meetings? Do he actually sit here and stand for what he believes in, dealing with the growth of this chapter? And then the third is that you got to put somebody in play that's going to that's not only going to benefit your chapter, but be able to put your chapter to another level that wasn't there prior.
Okay.
Now,
Right.
that's not saying that the person before couldn't do it. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to put them to the back burner or whatever. But think about it like this. Like, okay, like say, take Pac, for instance. Pac been the president there, and he done so much for that chapter over 13 years, right? Now, he got his VP in place. His VP deals with the day-to-day operations of that chapter. You know what I mean? So he deals with the shit that don't have to deal with. You know what I mean? Now,
Right.
so A, B, and C, he lets Pac know what he's doing. I'm on this, boss man. I got this covered. So Pac know, like, okay, I can sit here because I know the number 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? So when he comes in and Pac says, okay, you know what? I done did my time. It's time for this man to come in and let me see what he brings to this table. You know what I mean? Because he already got it set up because he's been running this shit for the longest. You know what I mean? So when Pac actually steps down and this number 2 jumps in, guess what? He gonna jump in with Pac's mentality, but with his motivation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Already planned out as to this is what I think that we need to do in order to go forward. You know what I mean? Everything that he done was great. We're gonna make it greater. This is how we're gonna do it. You know what I mean? And be able to push that. But you gotta have people in play to be able to do that though. But as a president, when you're trying to vote a president in, you can't just put him in strictly for popularity. He cannot be strictly for popularity. He has to gotta put somebody in there that can do the fucking job. You know what I mean? You're not gonna take nobody from Arby's to make him a fucking electrician and tell him house up. You're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna take a motherfucker over here that just filed bankruptcy and make him your fucking treasurer. You're not gonna gotta put somebody in play that's gonna actually do the job, and you know that he has the proven track record to not only do what you want him to do, but do better than the president before you.
So are you meaning to tell me, because I think both of y'all, I might disagree with both of y'all, because Pac just said if the dude spent his light bill at the strip club, then maybe that's not the guy for you. Hey, look, maybe that girl Bubbles was a nice girl, and maybe she needed that college money more than he needed to pay his light bill. Have y'all ever thought about that, or do y'all
Stop
just
it.
Okay, so
Stop it. Stop it.
I think
so
y'all trying to hate on Bubbles from the strip club is what that is.
You know what? Fuck Bubbles. While you sitting in that living room lighting that candle because your ass ain't pay that light bill, you know, and then you gonna sit there and say the same thing, man. Fuck Bubbles.
Exactly.
Fuck Bubbles. I never. You know what? Y'all done changed my mind. You know, I never liked that bitch in the first place. Fuck you, Bubbles.
Right. Bubbles lights on.
Yeah. Bubbles looking good. Facts. But yeah, I tell you what, I think that so this is one of those subjects. So and it comes up because you know it's real MC shit that folks have to deal with, and you know, like I told you earlier when you and I when we last spoke, Pac, I'm like the idea of this is very bittersweet to me because you know I got big love for Ice Cold Riders, Lord knows I do, and but in my head, shit, I feel like one of your bros. I'm like, I'm a little fucked up myself because I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Because I don't know how the fuck that's supposed to look. It's like Ice Cold Riders, like grass is green, water's usually wet, and Ice Cold Riders, when I go to my knot, Pac is gonna be there, usually throw me a fob to a Harley, and I'm gonna fuck around out there on the lone prairie, do some shit, come back, eat some food. We're gonna have a good fucking time because Pac is there, and the brother. You know, so now you done fucked all that up. So thank you, thanks a lot, Pac. Thanks.
No, I didn't fuck that up because you know what? One thing that I say is that when anybody come here, we gonna show you our version of MCing, right? And I done showed my guys know what that's about. That's one thing that I know that I put down. Even when we disagree, one thing we know is that we had the honor to meet people like you through motorcycling. You know what I mean?
Right
So anytime you take the time or another club take the time to come up here to see what we about, oh, it's red carpet, baby, whether I'm here or not, because we want to continue that tradition to like, I read a book a long time ago that in the old days, a dude would get on his bike and call and they go to a town, he get to stay at somebody's house because he had a motorcycle. Drive 3 states over, stay at this guy's house because he had a motorcycle. That's something that's universal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I said all the time, being on a bike is just like being an astronaut to me. It's the best thing that you could do in America. So the traditions and things that I learned and showed my clubs, that shit gonna stay here forever. So anytime you want to come to North Dakota, whether I'm here or not, you know, you gonna get a hot ass, bomb ass dinner, place to sleep, and you're gonna be able to go to the clubhouse and kick it. And that's on, as the young people say, that's on God.
Yeah, facts. Because you know what? Total sidebar. You know, your ass, with the exception of you got a little bit of gray coming in now. You know, you've been looking like you're 25 for the past 20 years, probably, right?
Man, I wish. I wish, man. I'm getting my braces. I took the bottom ones off. I've been smiling. I ain't never smiled so much, man. Everybody see me. They're like, damn, boy, you smiling. I was like, a whole top diamonds in the bottom row gold. You know what I mean? I'm getting them fixed. It's like I waited all this, like, and that's the beautiful thing about life, man. You got a chance to evolve and grow. You know what I mean? Because for the longest time, people thought I was always mad, right? But yes, I was self-conscious about my shit not being right. So I spent the money getting my braces on. So that's a compliment. I appreciate that. And a lot of that's like drinking water and going to work out. Because half the dudes in here don't even believe I'm about to be 52. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and I tell you what, we know you're not from Florida, because if so, all of that would be gold. I seen a dog with some gold front. He's from South Florida. That dog had gold front teeth cost more than my neighbor's Hyundai. A Hyundai. Yeah, it was nice. The dog had some gold fronts. But hey, I tell you what, we're gonna take a short break for station identification, which is not a real thing, but we're gonna do it anyway. And in the meantime, while we're taking a short break, everybody that's watching, if you didn't smash that like button, hit that like button. Make sure if you didn't share this show, especially we got Sean Park on the show tonight, so y'all share that show with everybody and their mother to see it. So share the show, hit the like button. Definitely, if you didn't subscribe, do that. But here, give us a second so we can go ahead and say this little thing right quick.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
Now, I'm pretty sure I was really clear. I said hit the like button and y'all hit the notification. I'm just playing. No, but look, if you get a chance, if you didn't do it later on. Make sure you hit that like button. But somebody, Mike Ball said 52. Damn. He goes, how can a dude that ugly be? No, I'm sorry. I know I'm reading it wrong. He said 52. Damn. I just thought you wanted to retire at 30. Look, I can't see that good. I read the shit wrong. You know.
Man, I done a lot of living, man. And it's like God is good. If people say that, but it's like, man, I'm like in the best place I ever been in my life as far as mentally, as far as being I mean, what is the word? As far as being like just happy. You know, happiness is something that people ain't genuinely happy, man. It's like they go buy shit to make them happy, but inside there's a deeper issue, right?
Yeah.
So I know this ain't like some super duper motorcycle shit. This is like some Buddhist shit right here. But
that's all right. That's a part of it. That's why people do this shit, bro. I'm
but
serious.
it's like I done got to the point with the help of my bros, you know, to be happy with myself. And when you're happy with yourself, man, everything else is beautiful. You know what I mean? It's like, can't nobody make you happy. You got to make yourself happy. Right. And I did a whole lot of living to get to this point. I'm just grateful that I was able to get to this point to understand it. Because some people live their whole life and don't get to this point to understand shit.
Word. My mother used to say, she used to use this expression. She said, if you live long enough, you're going to see this. If you live long enough, you might see that. If you're lucky enough to live long enough, then this thing, you know, fill in the blanks with all the positive stuff she used to say. But as it relates to this biker stuff, I think a lot of people miss is that, and you just kind of tapped into it a little bit, but you know, a lot of this biker shit, man, even on the side when we're talking about clubs and stuff, a lot of this shit, yeah, we have a good time, but it's some real Zen Buddhist type, kumbaya type shit. Because we're talking about brotherhood, we're talking about community, and a lot of this stuff, a lot of us have heard the expression, hey, you know, there's a reason as to why you never see a motorcycle outside a psychiatrist's office because, hey, that Harley, that's two-wheel therapy right there. I don't need the psychiatrist because you can work out all your issues right there on the highway. Give me a tank of gas and and a bike that runs, and I'm going to be all right, you know, because and if you think about the bikers from way back in the days when this shit was getting started, you saw some extremely nomadic motherfuckers who, and you tapped onto it a little while ago, Pac, where you jump on your bike, you ride to a town, so-and-so, that dude over there got a bike. Hey, you got a place to stay. You are bonding with folks sometimes that you don't even know. It's a community, it's a network, and it's something that's magical about getting on the road that is really difficult to help somebody who doesn't do this appreciate. So yeah, it's some real Zen Buddhist kumbaya, you know, wusa type stuff going on. And people get confused because we talk about all of the drama and all of this. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like, right. They forget about the fact that, yeah, a lot of times the most well-centered, well-adjusted, happiest, and I'll say it, some of the happiest individuals are those folks who have had a section of their life. And for those of us that's real lucky, we keep getting to do it. You ever seen one of these dudes? I'll ask the question to everybody out there. You ever seen some dude or some woman who's 60, 70, 80 years old, still either riding a motorcycle or still showing up at the motorcycle events and the get-togethers and all like that, and they old as dirt? I mean, they older than death and taxes, and they still there kicking it, coming to the damn bike night. You know why they do it? Because this is the shit that kept them vibrant, kept them alive, kept them happy. You know, it's not all the drama and the bullshit and all like that. These are folks that figured out how to maneuver past that, through that, or how to manage that. So that's a thing. That's a real thing. And for those of y'all that don't do it, start. You know, go ahead, AB. What you saying, sir?
Everybody needs an out. I mean, you got to have an outlet. You know what I mean? This, you know, like I'm just gonna speak for myself. You know, I went through. There was years that I went through a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Lost family members, lost my brother. That was everything to me. You know what I mean? It was a lot of stuff that went on. Divorces, everything.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I knew that I had was this. You know what I mean? So I focus more on this side because that was like focusing on this kept me from going dark on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so some people, like you said, like some people come here for, you know, you say the 3 P's, pussy, power, and
Protection.
Sometimes you just come out, you know, if you've done this lifestyle for so long, sometimes, you know, putting a little bit more time on this end keeps you from doing some shit that you really didn't want to do.
Hey, and you know what though, bro? I'm gonna say with you. I'm gonna say 100%. I understand what you're saying, and it makes perfect sense, right? But I'm gonna say like this: when you find something to take your shit off of what's really the issue, you never really correct the issue, right? So all you doing is putting that energy in something, and that issue, that underlying issue is still there. Everything might be groovy and laughs and ha kikis, but no matter where you go, there you are. You know what I mean? So we as people, as human beings, we need to invest that time in ourselves, because if you invest that time in yourselves, you get a better understanding of what caused this and what caused that, instead of covering it up. And it's always something. It's like I like to get on my bike and go when I get stressed out, right? But when I get off that bike, I might feel good while I'm on it, and I come back to the same situation because I never took the time to look at what caused me to get to that point, to get so stressed out that I had to get on that bike. You feel me? And I think that's what a lot of people need to do, man. Take the time and invest in yourself. And if along the way, your bro can help you, your wife can help you, 2 or 3 bros can help you, you will learn a whole lot more than to just blanket in it and acting like this is gonna fix it. Because it's gonna fix it for a while, but no matter where you are, there you at. You know what I mean? That's my take on it.
So I think what we heard you say is that people need to buy more motorcycles. Is that what you meant? No, all right. No, I might have missed. I might have took it wrong. I
heard that.
No, but
I heard that.
I tease, but I feel you on that. I think what for some folks, and it's the how you incorporate it, and like what both of y'all said is absolutely correct. You got to have an outlet, right? And so for some folks, that bike is the pressure valve release system. You know, you get on the bike, you do a few miles, you know, you get lost, and bikers aren't ever really lost as long as they got gas, you know. But you get on that bike and it's like you can woosah. So now you're ready for round two, because the problems, you can sit your problems down on the doorstep, and I promise you, nobody's going to steal them. They're going to be waiting for you when you get back. Nobody's going to steal your problems. Your problems is going to be waiting. So when you get back, now you can, all right, let me go and let me get it in. All right, I'm straight. Let me get back in it. So that's what's necessary for some folks. For some folks, it's so much of their lifestyle that when they're not riding, that, you know, I know a lot of cats like this, when they're not riding and not putting those miles in, that's what the problem is, because they're so used to that euphoria and that peace that you get when you're, and this is some for those of y'all just watching, it's not, you know, like bikers into it like we are. This is some real biker shit we're talking about. That's that when you get that extreme euphoria and feeling of easement that happens from putting those miles in, that's a different thing. But however, whatever it takes to help you to cope, to get through that next thing, you know, do that. So, and hey, and if you don't have a bike, you probably need to go and buy one. Unless, of course, you suck riding motorcycles, because, you know, just like anything else, motorcycles ain't for everybody. But you know, so like I talked out of both sides of my neck just saying, go buy a motorcycle, unless you shouldn't buy a motorcycle. That's what I just said.
I know you better buy you a dealership in the next couple months, as much as you promote buying motorcycles, man.
I know, right? You know, or you could steal them, you know, not advocating such a thing. I heard that somebody did that once. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm kidding.
I heard that.
Oh, you told me somebody stole one.
Yo.
And hey, you know what I just thought about too? I was just thinking about the dude that's gonna be next to be the president.
Yeah.
It's like this. If you don't watch hung around a dude and he always telling the next dude to sweep the clubhouse and you ain't never pick up the broom, he ain't it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
He ain't it. I mean, you just learn a lot if you always seeing somebody hooping and hollering and ain't never throw the blow and always getting held back. He ain't it. You know what I mean? If you see somebody who don't have empathy and compassion, he ain't it. Being a leader, man, it's a hard fucking thing. And you learn how to be a leader every day. But the basic values of it, empathy and compassion, and I can watch me do it and then you do it. That's what being a good leader is about. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, one thing I used to think when so I was a chapter boss, a state boss, and a VP of this, a chairman of that, and da 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 da. And when I realized I must have been doing something right at some point was when I heard more than one person tell me, "Man, I don't want your job. It's too much. You're always here. So you're cleaning up a clubhouse. I seen you doing this, doing that, doing the other thing. You know, I'm there on a Tuesday night cleaning up a building and sweeping up and all this kind of stuff. You know, had like an old lady or a PO or something there helping me do all this. And they're like, oh, no, damn that. I got a life. Jesus Christ. Why? Because somebody's got to do it. And guess what? You lead, like in the Marine Corps, we say you lead from the front. So if that's the case, if you're doing that, you can't wait for somebody to do everything when stuff needs to get done, you know?
And you know what? It's so funny you say that, because for this whole time, you know, it's like I motivated everybody to get it done. And, you know what I mean? We had a discussion and I liken it to this. For a long time, nobody had to do nothing. They came to the table, steaks, baked potatoes, salad, wine. All of a sudden, it come to a point where my dudes got to get out there and they got to raise the cow. They got to sow the land.
Right.
You feel me? But the cold part about it is that they done watch me do it. So now if they want to eat,
right on,
they got to get out there and raise the cow, sow the land, put the crop, put the seed in, and keep it going. So I think now that, because I had to take a step back as far as I knew this was coming, so I had to let the club run. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I had to let the club run. And shit, it didn't miss a beat. It's little hiccups there, here and there, but you learn from those hiccups and you just make it better, and that mistake won't happen. But that came apart with one, they trusted that, you know what, they could do it, and I trusted that they can do it. Because that's another thing too. Some
Yeah.
people, they don't want to let go because they say, oh man, if I let go, this shit gonna fall apart. Well, if this fall apart, your leadership sucked.
Right. Some cats want to believe that this thing is not going to work if I'm not here, because that's ego talking. There's ego,
Man,
or maybe you didn't do like you were supposed to do. But in the meantime, we had somebody just gave us a phone call. Hey, man, whoever this is on the phone, thank you for calling the Big BoneYard. You got Big Bone 1%er, Archbishop 1%er, and motherfucking Sean Pop from Ice Cold Riders on the phone. Who is this?
This is Kenyatta. How you doing, man? What's going on?
Man, what's going on, man?
Hello to everybody on the panel, man. Thank you, Mr. Pop, for joining the panel, man. I think you dropped a lot of gems in that. I just wanted to ask why you were part of the panel to see if you can get some input on this real quick. Do you think would you say that the club chooses you, or you choose the club? Kind of a philosophical type of deal.
Some of that Zen booty's joint.
well, I'll say like this, homie. Like-minded people go together, right? And if there's a fit, you're gonna gravitate to it. Now, once you gravitate to that, your actions dictate whether you're supposed to be in leadership or not. Because whether I had a P on my vest or not, I was gonna show up every day, do what I needed to do, and be about it 100%. So I just think that good things or like-minded people attract each other, man. That's what I think, honestly.
Right
Okay,
on.
I salute that. I salute that. What about you, brother? Big Bone. Shout out to Archbishop as well. What would you guys have to say on that?
Man, I'll tell you. So let me make sure. Can you repeat the question, because I want to make sure I'm answering it properly.
No, it's not really a properly kind of thing. It's how, however you interpret it. However, I just want to hear your input and feel where you're coming from when you hear that question. Would you say that the club chooses you, or you choose the club? I'm speaking in general. I'm not speaking
Understood. So, in fact, it's interesting you say this. The last time me and Pac was talking, and Pac, if you remember earlier, we were having a conversation, and at some point, I was talking about Pac to Pac, and one of the things I said is that, the way that clubs work, certainly clubs that I'm very familiar with, we don't say, hey, let's find somebody to put in this club because we want another member, and we're going to turn this dude into a 1%er. We're going to turn him into a club member. We're going to turn him to an OMC. No, that's not what happens. What happens is every club has different people. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about a family club, or OMC, a diamond club, or whoever the hell, right? Every club has a certain individual that has a certain ideology, a certain mindset. He moves a certain way, right? And that dude, like in my world, I believe that most clubs have at least one dude who is 1%er-ish in that club. So when we meet that cat, if we meet him, and sometimes he's not in the club, when we meet him, they say real recognizes real, right? So it's kind of like that. Real recognizes real. So our thing is, hey, you might do good with us. You kind of, as my brother Wise say, you smell like we do. You move like we do. And if that's the case, we're going to show you what home looks like. We're going to show you how we get down. We're going to show you what home looks like for us. And if that's a good fit, it's going to be a natural gravitation towards us. If it's not, like if you vibe with us and we vibe right back with you, then that's a match made in heaven or hell, depending on how you want to look at it. But that's a natural progression, right? And but what we don't do, you ain't gonna see an ad on Facebook saying, hey, open house, come this day and sign up here because we want new members. That ain't never gonna happen. It ain't never gonna happen. Right. I don't care whether we got 5 members or 50 members. It's never gonna happen, because the folks that come my way are the sort of folks that's supposed to be here.
Exactly.
And, so
Exactly.
that's just the way that we kind of look at it. But so it's more of an organic, natural kind of progression. I'd love to hear what Archbishop has to say about it, because he hates motorcycle clubs. He's funny that way, though.
You know what? I'm gonna say it was both, and I'm gonna speak from my point of view. So when I came over, when I came over to the black side, I was a sitting national. Okay, so from a 99 club. So I was looking, you know what I mean? I was looking at these different clubs, and I knew people from these different clubs or whatever, and I was talking to them about different things that they was doing, you know what I mean? And to see where I fit in that demographic. And then one thing that you have to think about is this. Every male says that they're alpha, but not all men are alphas. You have alphas and you have apex predators. You got to know your difference, and you got to know which one you are. And once you realize which category you fit, then you know which club you need to be in based on that. So after I did all the research that I needed to do on all these other clubs, it wasn't like, people wasn't, let me go back. I had people at one point in time, like they were literally coming to my job trying to get me to join their club. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say who they are, but they were different ones. And I had them, phone ringing off the hook. Hey man, come over here. Hey man, come over here. Come over and do this, do that, and third. And I knew a lot of people from these different clubs, but it wasn't like a pick. It was a calling. Okay, it wasn't what someone said that made me go to the club that I went to. It wasn't the people that I knew that made me go to that club. It was the whole demographic as a whole. You know what I mean? Because you don't put a shark in a freshwater pond.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. You know what I mean?
Preach.
Predators is raised, and they roam with apex predators, and that's where I wanted to be. And once I figured out what my star player was, then I knew where I needed to be.
And you know what though? What's funny about this question is that, and I'll tell you, when people pick a club, I've seen dudes want to go be ones, and you go try to be a one, and everybody. My analogy is, everybody want to be the lead guitarist in the rock and roll band until they know exactly what's required of the lead guitarist in the rock and roll band. It's not all partying and hanging out and bras. It's work and practice and getting better at that guitar. And I done seen dudes try to go and be ones that they chose. They chose, like, man, I feel that that's for me. I feel this for me. And they get over there and it don't work. So one, I think like-minded people, if you fit, you fit. And it ain't gonna be no choice. Like the homie just said, it's gonna be a call for you to go. You know what I mean? But when you commit, it's like, I'm gonna grow up and be a 1%er from this club. That is shit that's only in the movies. It don't happen like that, because you might not be cut out for that life. You know what I mean? So I just think that the people that do try to choose, they have to be really knowledgeable about what they choosing, because 10 to 1, it ain't gonna fit.
Yeah.
And I done seen it go down. It don't fit, and it's a bad look when it don't fit.
Yeah, facts. Look, and I think every one of us, everyone on this panel has actually seen that. So you hit it out of the park with that one. That's a fact, man. It's like, I think what happens is it has to be a legit organic calling, like Archbishop just said, but it legitimately has to be a good fit with you understanding what it is that, people love to say it all the time. Oh, what you signed up for. Do you know what you signed up for? Because it's one thing to say the words. It's another thing to actually do it. And actually Pac said something like in the movies. Speaking of which, so yeah, we are actually. I think what was it, week before last, we had somebody to call in and actually, spill the tea a little bit. But that is, yeah, we're actually working on a movie that we're in the what do you call that shit? Archbishop, we're in the stage of the casting call stage right now.
And you ain't
And,
called me one time.
No,
You
I
ain't
don't
called
gotta
me
call
one.
you. I already talking to you.
I want to
You
be in a
ain't-
movie.
You know you already look
Listen,
you motherfucking Pac. Man, come
I'm ready
on,
for my screen test right now. Try me out. Try me out. I'm
man.
gonna put my actor on.
Right.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Say this. Say, damn, Rollo. All right, go like this. Go like this. All right, Pac, go like this. Hold on. Let's put the camera. Let's put the camera right on Pac.
Nah, we got to do a We got to have like a dialogue. I mean,
give it to you.
I can't see you. I got to see you though. I got to see you, so I can get into character. All right, come on.
So here you go. So your character is like this.
Look at the screen and see yourself and talk.
Right. All right. So here you go. When you start, we're gonna put the camera right on you. So Pac. So here's your motivation is like this. So you just had your boy, who you grew up with, went to a different club. You and him was been tight all since y'all was in short pants, and since y'all was in the 3rd grade, y'all been tight. But for some reason or another, he moved to a different part of town. He went to one club, you went to another club. Those clubs are having some beef. Your clubs are at a misunderstanding, and that misunderstanding got real nasty, right?
Right.
And something went down. You told him, don't show up to such and such, because that's your boy. You broke club protocol. You went outside of your club and told him, hey, look, don't show up to such and such. But his club told him, show up to such and such. We got to go handle this business. So he shows up anyway. Y'all get into it. And you ended up having to, because he was getting ready to do something bad to one of your brothers. So you had a split second. Do you protect your brother, or that's your homie from 3rd grade? What do? You end up shooting him. And now you're talking to him. You're talking to his dead body. And what you're saying to him is, you're going to say to him, damn, Rollo. His name is Rollo. His name really Rollo. You're going to say, damn, Rollo, why did you make me do this? And then after that, I need you to ad-lib for about 20 seconds of what the hell you're feeling in regard to what the hell went down with Rollo.
God damn, that was rough. And you don't put the screen on me. You making me stop. Hold on. Let me see you. I gotta see you, boy. Let me see you. All right.
He just shot Rollo. Why the hell did you shoot Rollo? Now you know you had to see his mom and them at the funeral. The hell you?
Bishop, you gonna let him do me like this? I thought we just gonna have an argument, confrontation.
I was trying to get him to stop. You can get some kind of dialogue.
Give me. No, that's too much, man. You going?
Right, here you go. So that's your motivation. Your dialogue is, damn, Rollo, I told you not to come here. Why did you make me do this? Why did you make me do this? Now you go over, you kick Rollo because you mad at him for making you have to hurt him. And you say to Rollo, damn, I got to talk to your mama and your grandmama about this shit. Damn, Rollo, why'd you do this to me?
Okay,
so
here you go. Hold on. Y'all ready? I see Bishop looking at me. I don't want the whole screen. That's too much.
You want the whole screen?
Here you go. I got to see y'all reactions. You ready?
All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Damn, Rollo. I told your motherfucking ass don't come here, cuz. Look at you. I gotta go to your mama house and talk to them and shit and tell them what happened. Why you? Damn. I don't even understand this, man. I don't know you all your motherfucking life. You just have to listen to me one motherfucking time. And you had to show up here, nigga. I don't even know. I want to call your mom right now, but I can't, nigga. I love you, but it had to go like this. It had to go like this. That's all I got. I like that? You like that? Bishop was putting out his popcorn. Hey, Bishop.
I heard you there watching.
Hell yeah. Yo, I felt that. I felt that in my dude. I felt that down to my toes.
Bishop had to have a drink. I see him he told baby go make the popcorn. Hey, I'm telling you, don't play. I'm gonna have to come down to the floor and shut the whole casting down.
Dude, hey, look, we're doing it. We're doing the casting is I think you just did yours, so you good. But we're doing the general casting call. is going to happen sometime within the next week and a half. Next week and a half, 2 weeks. Thereabout, we're doing the casting, the general casting call. We may do a second casting. We may do a secondary casting call, but we're shooting the whole thing, you know, because we got to have the good weather. So we're going to do everything in Florida and the Tampa Bay area. I'll give you all a little bit. The movie is called, I don't know how I feel about the title, but the title is called Ride or Die, which is a very cliche, but hey, but it ties in very well to the movie. It ties in very well to the movie. I'll tell y'all, all right, here's backstage secrets. So I'm MC Biker number 4, but don't worry about me because they kill me quickly. What you say, Bishop? They gotta kill the nigga first.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what though? You know what the good thing about that is though?
Yeah.
He killed, but you gotta think. Now, me and you can relate to this. They got the light skinned nigga first.
No, they go white man. Yeah.
Y'all niggas crazy.
Thinking like that, but yeah, they gonna dust me. They gonna dust my ass off for the quickness.
Yeah.
He couldn't run good. So long as everybody else could outrun him, you know whose ass got hit.
Bishop gonna be the cat at the end of the movie talking about, damn, that's fucked up. I can't wait for part 2. That's gonna be Bishop gonna be there the whole time.
Oh man.
Yo, we're excited about it. It's gonna be a good movie. You know, we've been talking about it for a long time, and it didn't get real until somebody wrote a check. So I'm like, oh shit, oh wait a minute, this shit just got real. Okay, so yeah, so it's a Ride or Die. We're doing the casting. If y'all check out the go check out the Facebook page and the Facebook group. So you see some information there where we're telling you where to send your info. If you're sending in submissions, because we've got a bunch of those. So when you send in your submission, send in, of course, your contact information. Your email's fine, but I mean, it would help if you send a phone number, send photographs. If you ride a motorcycle, which we prefer, we're trying to get as many actual real life bikers. If you're in a club, that's even better. But send a picture of yourself, your bike. You don't have to identify your club. If you do, that's fine too. But we want to see you. If you got a motorcycle and it's convenient for you, send a picture of you and your bike, not the bike that your neighbor has. If you ride a bike, we're trying to get that feel to it, so we're trying to understand that. Also, let us know where you are, communicate with us. Let us know what's up. If you have acting background, that's great. If you don't, that's still fine because we're doing it's going to be a lot of scenes at a lot of areas where a lot of folks have gone to, but communicate with us. You can send, if you want to send your info in, which make sure you include a picture, contact information, and your bio, send it to bone.outcast@gmail.com. So make sure you send that in. You can hit Archbishop. You got hit him on his socials or his email. Hit me on social emails or whichever. But get at us because we gonna do the damn thing. And the movie we're planning on having the premiere, or the release of the premiere should be in January or very early February. So it's going.
I heard that. Good deal.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Shit, man, I'm telling you. I mean, I'm excited. Like, I don't know where I'm at yet.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. You know what I mean?
I heard a rumor. I was arguing with one of the writers. The writer was, and I don't know how. There's a, and he's going back and forth, and because he knows I'm salty because I'm getting murdered early. But my understanding, you may actually end up being, I don't know if I should say this or not, but fuck it, we ain't done the movie yet. You may be the enforcer for the other club, which is a bunch of assholes. So you may end up being the villain. I'm almost positive your ass is going to be the villain.
Hey, give him some villain lines. Give him some villain lines. Okay, I'm gonna get. Okay, Bishop, here you go. Here you go. You got to walk in. Okay, you just walked into. You sit down. Me and you sitting across from each other, right? I started up a chapter. I didn't come chop it up with nobody. And my first line to you, man, what you doing here?
Are you? Hold on. So, are you the one just coming here?
I just started a chapter. Okay, I just started a chapter. You had to. I didn't ask nobody. You had to come. and figure out what the fuck is going on. So my first, you sit down, we having a drink. My first line to you is, nigga, what you doing here?
You know goddamn well why I'm here. Why you here? That's the question.
Man, check this out, homie. I told you, when the motherfucker saw me at the store, we was about this life. You come up in our spot, what is you here for? Because the only thing gonna be happening is you're gonna be leaving up out of here and you ain't gonna be walking. So let's keep it real. We can conversate, or we can get into some gangster shit, nigga. What do you want to do?
You know what, nigga? I just came straight out of motherfucker's ass, feeling homesick. So it's whatever you want to do, partner.
I'ma just give it to you like this, homie.
Y'all about to give him the whole movie right now. Y'all about to give him the whole movie right now.
You like that? You like that?
Hey, look. Hey, all right, I got one more thing for you. All right, check it out. So let's advance a little forward. Y'all never get outside of the bar, right? You shoot Pac, you done dusted him off. Everybody's running out of the building. You still sitting there with your drink in your left hand, with your smoking pistol in your right hand. You're supposed to lean forward. Now Pac is shot. He slumped forward. You lean forward, take a look at him right quick and say, yeah, nigga, I never liked your ass anyway. And then pour the drink on his head and walk out.
Oh my God.
Do that. You got the drink in your hand. Go ahead.
Like, pretty Tony looking motherfucker. Told your ass.
Oh shit. He hit you see him hit the pretty Tony. Oh.
Oh man. Y'all niggas crazy.
That's that good shit. That shit.
Y'all, that's improv, man. I'll be watching.
I'm not gonna hold the line. I'm gonna drop off. I feel like I'm eavesdropping, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna drop on that. But I appreciate all you guys give a solid answer to that question, man. It was a very valuable input that you guys put in. I hope you guys have.
Can I ask you a question? Are you looking at being in the MC?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm looking in, but I'm being real selective. I mean, I've been looking for a couple of years now. Really been researching for a few years. I actually started writing around COVID time, just by myself, man, just to cool off on the weekends or whatever like that. But I got interested, really more so on the brotherhood side. Riding together, I mean, that's cool and all. I've ridden with other people before, that's cool and all, but it's more about the brotherhood for me.
And hey, if I could give you any bit of advice, homie, I'm gonna say to you like this.
Sure. Absolutely.
Take your time. People like the one thing, Motorcycle Club, no matter where they at, they want numbers. People will sell you the motherfucking moon. They'll put their best face on and be a gang of bullshit. Take your time, and when you find that dude that call you up on a humbug and say, "Hey, what you doing? Let's go ride bike." Let that spark your interest. You know what I mean? Don't get yourself mixed in with people that just want to go to the bar and all they talking about is going to the bar. If you want brotherhood, a brother will call you up out the blue and say, "Hey, what you got going on? Let's go fish. Let's ride down here and go check this out." Those are the things that you need to look for. All that other shit, it don't matter. But what a person presents to you is brotherhood, and brotherhood ain't always going to the bar getting drunk. Find you somebody that's just call you up out the blue and say, "Man, how you doing? I'm going to ride today. Come with me." Or, "Oh, we going to fish today." That's some weird shit to say, but that's the type of people that you need to connect with, and everything else will fall in line. That's all I got.
No,
yes, sir.
facts, man.
Yes, sir.
Well said.
I appreciate that. That's it.
You know that you said that, Bone. You know for a fact.
Yeah.
Every program that we've had since I've been down here at Tampa, that's the first thing I tell them.
Everyone.
Call me. Let's go fishing.
Now go get your rod and reel, nigga. Let's go.
Be the only time that you're gonna be up. And me and you gonna talk. Me and you gonna talk straight up. We ain't talking about no club shit, whatever. But I wanna get to know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm going to talk to you, and I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna filter the answers that you've given me. You know what I mean? And one thing about me that Bone will tell you, I can pick out a liar in 3 seconds.
Oh yeah,
Lying to me
talented.
out real quick, and I'm gonna dismiss your ass because I already know you're lying to me. Ain't no point in you wasting my time and my air for you to sit here and tell me a lie.
Oh yeah.
But I put you in that.
Right.
I put you in that situation because you're comfortable and you're able to, you know what I mean, express and be yourself without no other pressure from nobody else. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you put in a situation like that, then you can see where that person really coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every person, so I mean, like I fish every week, faithfully, every week. So somebody call me and be like, "What you doing this weekend?" I'm going fishing because that's what I'm doing. You want to call me? Come with me. So that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because during that time, that's another one of my outlets. You know what I mean? So we out here, we can speak freely, and you know what I mean. That's where your brotherhood comes from. That's where your bonding comes from. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be. Your brotherhood doesn't start in the club. Your brotherhood, you should have brotherhood before you even come in here. You know what I mean?
Preach.
Now you did say. Now, full disclosure, Archbishop explained to me in regard to his fishing expeditions is that if the motherfucker wasn't right for the club, the alligators would get him because he could push him over the side. And you know, you don't have to do no extra to dispose of the body when you're like 4 miles out. You know, because that's different. Wait, was I not supposed to say that? Oh,
you
never
know,
mind.
Hey, but Bishop.
I was
wasn't supposed to talk about that.
Say something stupid, you're gonna push over that boat.
No, I'm
That's
just
what I was gonna
Hey,
say.
no,
Like,
I just fucked it up.
right.
I just
Hey,
fucked
but
up.
check this out though. And besides that, look at how the people in charge treat the people, how they treat
Facts.
their bros. If
Real
you
talk.
walk in, I mean, when I walk in, I'm like Rick James in this bitch. I got an aura about me. But from the low man to the high man, they gonna get a hug from me. I'm gonna
Facts.
ask them. I might not see them in a week. I'm gonna ask them, "How you doing?" Ain't nobody waiting on me. I'm getting up to get my own shit.
Right.
When you see it the other way around, that might not be the best spot because now it's about ego instead of about your bros. You feel me? You got to remember that if you walk in and they like, oh, that's the president. The president bleed just like me. He sweat just like me. Put his boots on just like me. As a president, you supposed to make everybody feel happy, welcome, and inclusive to your bros. There's protocol to go with it. You just can't get to the president. Oh, ha ha ha! They gonna ask who the fuck is you. But watch how the people in charge treat their people. And if the people in charge treat their people the way that you think that you want to be treated, that's the place for you. Am I right, Bishop? I see you looking like,
Yeah.
man, I didn't walk into some places, see, just thinking they the hot shit, and I had to shut them down. I see your face. I see your face.
Sometimes you don't gotta say a word. It's just this pressure alone. You already know that I'm with you on that.
Man, but look at this, man. I've been out here for how long this shit say? Almost 2 hours, 1 hour and 54 minutes. So I'm gonna have to go because it's like we gotta go to work tomorrow. I wanna leave this show with this, man. And this is just like one of the best honors of my life was being the president of my club, was being a big brother to my brothers, a little brothers, a son, meeting people that I probably would have never crossed paths with. One of the craziest things that ever happened to me was a member of a club, of a 1% club, told me that if black people, black men were in their club, I would be the first 1%er in that club. That was like that was just like baffling to me because all I ever wanted to be was me. This motorcycle life, I liken it to being in the military and gangbanging. Being in the military because it's a code of conduct, and how we got our structure is from the military, how they started it when they came back from the war. The gangbanging aspect is because there's nothing I'm wouldn't do and willing to do for this dude that's right next to me, right? So I've been fortunate enough to be able to weave that into a cohesive unit in a group for 13 years. And it ain't just been me. It's been Evan Hunt. He was my VP. It's been all
Chi-town.
the dudes that Chi-Town, fucking Shaggy, fucking
Yeah.
Sleazy, fucking Turk, all these dudes I can name. I've been able to integrate that and surround myself with a bunch of people and brothers that made me have to be a better me, right? Not yes men, not people that just agree with me, not people that don't want to stand for something, but people that bought into what I was selling. And now we all in it together. And no matter where I go, no matter how old I get, I'm thankful and I'm humbled that I've been able to lead this club into success. And I know that the people stepping up after me will do just as great a job. And I am more so the fact that here it is, little old me from Los Angeles, California, in Minot, North Dakota, is on a podcast or a show with Bone and Bishop. And I could pick up the phone and call anybody. And when I pick up the phone, it ain't even about motorcycle shit half the time. It's like, hey, how you doing? Just checking in. And I think that just has to say to who I am as a person. And I've been where I was supposed to be for the last 13 years of my life. I believe God put me here. And I believe that for the next 13 years of my life, he going to put me where I'm supposed to be. But I'm just thankful and I'm blessed to have had the opportunity to be the president of Ice Cold Riders MC, Minot, North Dakota. And if I ever have offended anybody, it probably was a reason. And I'm unapologetically me. So fuck you. If I've ever told you I loved you, I love you. And whether I'm in this club or not, if you called me and needed $50, I'll give it to you. And if I'd ever walked by you and didn't get to know you, you just missed a chance to meet a real cat. And no matter what I got this vest on or got it off, I'm always going to be the same me. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be in a spot that I was supposed to be in for the last 13 years. And that's all I got.
Man, hey.
Good shit.
Yo, good shit. And I got to tell you, a lot of the brothers that you mentioned, like Sleazy, Chi-Town, the other brothers, Evan, man, look, I have been blessed to meet them cats, so I know what you're saying is nothing but the gospel. So, and I got to tell you, man, it's been a pleasure of my life to get to know you and your brothers up there, man. And you know, we wish you all the best. And this ain't the last. I feel pretty confident this ain't the last we heard of Pac. This is just, you know, this is the evolution of Pac. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's an evolution and a growth phase. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you would have, like, I know you wonder where I disappeared to, Bone. Like Christmas time, I just disappeared off the earth, right?
Yeah, you did.
But I was in a bad place, and my bros came over here and they lifted me up. And in the time of lifting me up, it just made me realize, okay, I need to start. I can't take none of these days for granted, right? I love this club, but it's like I gotta let them do their thing. But now I gotta love me. I gotta love me. You feel me? And you see this smile, this is like some cool shit. Cause you know me. It's like I don't do this. I don't do this. And it ain't the braces. It's just where I'm at in my life. Dude. And I feel good. You know, I feel good. My boy, I just read the thing. He said, give Pac a thing. He a natural. You motherfucking right. I'm a natural. You know?
No, I'll tell you what.
Know?
I'm going to go ahead and say, I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Dude, I've known you for a fucking minute. You smiled more in the past hour and 59 minutes than I've seen in the whole time I've known your ass. So something's good, and I'm glad about it. Whatever it is, I'm glad about it. And
I'm gonna go, but I just want, like I said, man, I'm just humble and I'm thankful, man. I'm so thankful the opportunity that I've gotten in my life to be where I am, because there was a time when I got married, I told this speech that, you know, it was a time I didn't even know. I was already in jail before I was 21. And I was supposed to reoffend and be a felon, because that was the only way I was supposed to go get it. But my great grandmama taught me, and my grandma taught me, as long as I got hands and I got a good brain, I can always go get it. And it's like a testimony to them, to that I'm here, because those teachings taught me a lot, man. It's like I'm a dude that went to jail when he was 18. I graduated with a 3.0 GPA, but I was the leader of this club, and I was able to put forth a plan to raise like $36,000 in 4 or 5 months. I was able to take something from nothing because the people around me believed in me. And when you got people that believe in you, if you fuck up, you just a motherfucking dick. You's a scumbag, right? And I didn't never try to fuck up. And where I did fuck up in my life, those were personal things. And like I said, I apologize if there's anybody I ever hurt, but I'm unapologetic. If I socked you or slapped the shit out you, I meant that shit. You know what I mean? And I can't take that back. And I'm not going to change that because apparently you crossed my line. But if I did something or my words were hurtful, it is what it is. But I think a lot of people, I don't give a fuck if they love me. I don't give a fuck if they hated me. But when I walked into the motherfucking room, everybody in that motherfucker respected me. And what more can I say?
That's it. That's it. Yo, so man, I got to take a minute. Pac, we appreciate you being here, brother. We'll definitely see you again. But for
I'm in the movie, nigga. I'm in the movie, nigga.
Yeah, you in there. But I know you killed Rollo, so somebody snitching on your ass for killing Rollo. I don't know who it is yet, but it's gonna happen. Because people talking about that, they're like, "Yo, was that Pac to kill Rollo?" I heard somebody say it the other day, and then they're like, "Yo, was that AB to kill Pac?" Everybody snitching right now. I don't know. That's how they do it. But yo, I'll tell you what. For those of y'all that didn't know, we just saw 2 award-winning performances. So congratulations to both of them motherfuckers. Appreciate it. Look, so we're at 2 hours and 2 minutes on the Big BoneYard. And listen, I think we had a great night tonight. Pac, again, thank you so much for being here. We are going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this again in a whole 7 days. Y'all plug in with us about the doggone watch party. So that's coming. Remember, motorcycle clubs are not gangs. So that's a movement. That's a whole entire motherfucking movement. That part right there. But so look, y'all fuck with your boys. We're gonna be doing some stuff. We're gonna be doing a lot of good stuff. And for real, if you're interested in being in a movie, because clearly Pac is gonna be in this motherfucker. AB is killing somebody named Pac in it's some murders going on. I don't know why these 2 violent motherfuckers done found a way. Anyway, neither here nor there. Hey, look, love and respect to all of y'all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight on the Big BoneYard. And look, we're gonna be back here again in about how many days, sir?
7 days.
What he said. Love and respect to all of y'all. Oh, damn it. Hold on, wait.
Peace.
There's a button. I'm trying to hit the button. It's a button here.
Welcome to the Big BoneYard. Enter at your own risk.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.